Good morning, Looney Tunes. Good morning, Looney Tunes. How you doing? So Holbox is stunningly beautiful. This is an incredible place to come if you're looking for an alternative to like the big touristy places. If you're looking for an alternative to an all-inclusive, but you want this kind of water and you want to be able to bring your family and be safe and all that crap people from home think about, this is such a beautiful alternative. It's a little island. Your kids can run around. Most of the kids are barefoot here. It's got beautiful water. It's super tranquilo. As a single mom traveling with a kid, it's a little bit isolating. But it's still very pretty, and I'm happy for a week here.
Now that we're on a small island, I think it's a good time to talk a little bit about some of my top travel tips. I've mentioned some before. Number one, always good to stay with locals. This is like the number one top travel tip for the entire world. You know, for us, because I'm traveling alone with a baby, dorms are out of the question for me, which is a way that I would normally save money. So we have to do a private room. Of course, I get places that are like private room with a bathroom for 20 bucks. But when you go to the big hostels, it's mostly foreigners. You always run the risk of it being a party hostel. And even though they include like free yoga and they've got like a cool bar scene and whatever, let's face it, I'm not doing any of that stuff. It's better for you if you're traveling with kids to stay at a local spot. It's cheaper, it's quieter, and those people have the tips for you on what to do. Plus, guaranteed, if you leave the Western world, you have free babysitting. If you have a cute baby with those people. And I mean, even just a half hour for a swim in the ocean, man, that's awesome for me. My second big travel tip is learn a little bit of the language if you're coming to Latin America. Spanish is like one of the easiest languages to learn a small amount of. It gets more complicated as you get into like past tense and future, but you can speak in the infinitive, you can speak in the present, and you can learn that on Duolingo, playing Duolingo 10 minutes a day for a month. So you have no excuse. In the time it takes you to buy a coffee at a coffee shop, you could learn enough Spanish to get around with locals here in a month, no problem. So once you know a little bit, you can take you can travel the way locals do. Quit being scared of being robbed, okay? You know where you get robbed? In tourist spots. Stay away from them. Simple. And try not to be dumb. They don't count all your money in the street. Like, just don't be stupid. I think in this day and age, we all know how not to be that person. I travel by myself with my kid. I have a Louis Vuitton bag. I have my iPhone and cameras out all the time. And I feel totally safe and fine. I'm not being stupid. I'm also willing to let go of stuff if it happens. Hopefully not. So if you take local buses, you take local travel, you take colectivos, you will get better tips on things to do, you will find cuter little spots, and you will get off the beaten track, which with children you really need to. Like, tourist stuff is really geared towards under 25, over 65. If you're with kids, you're neither one of those. If you don't want to go to an all-inclusive, then you need to get away from the tourist scene, okay? So my third tip is when you travel, if you can get a place with a shared kitchen or your own kitchen, you can save a lot of money. Even if you don't have a kitchen, you can do this tip. So every place in the world has good granola. They do. I thought because Holbox is a small island, they import everything, lots of low-grade food, that this was the only granola I was going to be able to find. This is like lots of additives. This is sugar-free, but It's, you know, sweetened with Splenda. I mean, this is like chemical warfare right here. But in a pinch you can do it, or you can always get real oatmeal anywhere you go. But pretty much every place has a juice bar, a farmer's market, some kind of organic spot that will sell a better granola. Buy a bag of this, and then what you can do is get, this is the other thing, so many people have type 2 diabetes, have had a heart attack, all these things, so they can't drink milk anymore. So you can always get coconut milk or almond milk or even soy milk if you have to, pretty much anywhere. These don't need to be refrigerated. So you can keep these two things and some bananas in your room with a bowl, and you don't even need to refrigerate it. You don't even need a kitchen. But if you can take one meal off your sort of daily intake, you can save a lot of money, and it's better for your body. A lot of times I eat this for dinner, because dinner's not a big one for us. We're such day people. The other big tip I do, and I'm doing it right here in the background, is I buy eggs, I boil a whole bunch of eggs. So a boiled egg and an apple is a great snack. I mean, you don't have to purchase so much. It's a lot of garbage to purchase as you're walking along. Try to find a place where you can refill your water. You know, these little tiny things, they're such small things that they'll go a long way. And if you like to cook, great. You can go to the market and cook at least 2 meals a day and only eat 1 out. That's a really smart traveler's tip. Anyway, that's kind of my top 3 for traveling with a baby, on your own too. They're good for on your own if you're between like 25 and 40, but if you have kids, they're a must.